Hi guys, this is skittflash here, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3 FES. Long time, as always, enough about that. Today we are, well, leaving Tartarus because we worked ourselves ragged, climbing up like, what, 50 or so floors. That's a rough estimation, but that might actually be true, Jesus. So we're just gonna be chilling here, although it's winter vacation. So what that means is we have absolutely nothing to do. We have no social links we could possibly do right now. We could... Well, I'm going to the arcade, I guess, because it's Saturday. Which means I get 2 arcade visits a day, which means 6 points in 1 stat a day, which means my Persona stats are getting pretty uber, I'd imagine. But yeah, there's nothing to do today. Again, I can't even do the shrine visits because no one needs a shrine visit. This is where, proper planning probably would have came in handy. And Junpei is like, sup dude, yeah, whatever. But at least we can go back to Tartarus now, we have more going on. Or are we? No, I guess we're not today. Oh, because I want to feel great, that's probably why. But yeah, so again, no social links because we finished all the fallback arcana. All we really have left are Mitsuru and Yukari, and again, as I've stated before, like I'm repeating myself and it's only been a minute and 30 seconds into this playthrough. No, definitely not this playthrough. It's been an ungodly amount of parts, this playthrough. So anyways, I'm gonna be shopping over here because, that 5 million yen gives me room to buy, I don't know, maybe all of like 5 items because this place is holy goddamn overpriced. I'm gonna buy a bow because I needed a bow just for future use. And there's weird posters going around. It almost says Nyx, which is weird because no one should be knowing about that unless, I don't know, someone's dropping the ball around here. I highly doubt anyone would be talking about that though. Okay, so yes, we're going to be going to Tartarus and we will be finishing off the very last mini-boss, which is nice. Must be hard, right? I'd imagine. I'm using a rather specific party. It's going to be Ken, Yukari, and Aigis. Well, it's basically my normal crew, except this time instead of Mitsuru, it's just Ken. Oh, yes, and I have really awesome items. Ooh, look at that. So much better. I mean, sadly it's not a maid outfit though, so sorry, Aigis. You're gonna not using the better equipment. But the purpose here is that all of these people have pierce attacks for their main form of attack. It's the whole reason I bought that bow earlier, is that so I can equip it with to Minato, so that he can actually use the bow. I'm equipping it right now because so he'll get a pierce attack. So everyone has pierce attacks. That's what we want. I don't know. I'm going through such huge preparations, and to be perfectly honest, this boss wasn't even that hard. Although, okay, I did cut. I was about to say, I'm beginning to think I didn't cut something that I probably should have cut. But yes, the last enemy's coming up. Here's my bow. I barely use bows. I feel like the timing to get those are kind of hard. I don't know what I was doing, thinking I'd get a first strike on a mini-boss, but whatever. Here is the very last boss, the Jotun of Grief, the Hanged Man, the one right before death. It's symbolic or some shit. So basically, this guy is resistant, or maybe even nulls, absolutely everything. Everything. Except, if I'm not mistaken, except pierce attacks, which is why everyone has pierce. I'm not sure if he uses the enrage combo. If he does, it'd be totally useless because we can use pierce attacks and totally go by that. And he says come forth because we're using a bow. Such weird, I don't know, weird things with that. Primal Force, oh thank god, he wasted a turn. He is mainly an attacker, I'd imagine. I don't know the strategy. It's one thing, it's just one guy. And okay, she's using Windbreak. So that means Yukari can now use Wind on him, because again, he's resistant to like everything. Except Almighty. And I'm just gonna use Electric Break too, so I can actually use Thunder Rain on him. Now sadly, because he goes right after me, I can't actually get the paralysis in, because he'll recover right afterwards. But Kanemata is being a total bro here and actually paralyzing him for me. which means we get a free 3 all-out attacks on this guy, making things much more simple. I was ecstatic when I saw that. Kanemata just pulled through. MVP of this battle, I must admit. Although, again, that was because we. Huh. The first one did like 600 damage, but the next one did only like 300. I wonder why that is. Maybe I misread things, or oh, maybe. No, I don't think it's because I had power charge on. I wonder if that wasted my power charge. I'm actually pretty curious. And he uses debuffs. If you want to be smart, you can actually. Okay, it didn't paralyze again, but oh, and Aegis uses Dakunda. Oh my gosh, this battle just went absolutely like stunning. Like it went off without a hitch. Like my AI was absolutely smart. This could have been probably much more difficult than it could be, because you know that those debuffs will start to add up over time and wreck you. And honestly, I probably should be using debuffs myself and buffs myself, because this guy's damage output is pretty crazy. Well, so is ours, so I suppose that doesn't matter. Like, Primal Force would do a ton of damage if he had not, you know, wasted both of them on attacking Aegis like a dumbass. Partly why I was able to do this so easily. But yeah, so we're doing really good. That's the basis of it. Especially, yeah, no, we're again, it's only one enemy, which really makes things more simple. And we're really at the point where we're so strong, we're just, like, significantly stronger. Or, I guess, we have more access to... And he wastes another turn! I swear to God, this boss doesn't know what he's doing. And we do know what we're doing, is what I was trying to get at. We have so much more options to do things and stuff that, you know, this boss just... Again, luck, I will admit, had a large part in making this run so smoothly, but, yeah. If I was smart, I'd probably just be using a wind attack, since Yukari used that turn to break wind. I might as well be capitalizing on it. Oh, Megidolon, he has that, yeah. This is where Matarunda probably would have come in handy. And this is where Ken's really hardcore lack of HP kind of bites you, because no matter what we do, Kanemata is going to die to that Megidolon, unless we use, like, a defense buff and an offense debuff, but who has time for that? Oh, he does use Infuriate, okay. Again, he can do that, but he might even drain physical attacks, which would help his case. And Yukari has Samarikarm, which is fantastic, I didn't know that. This time's gonna be different, right, Ken? What was I getting at before? Oh yeah, he might even drain normal attacks, which would work really well in his case, but the problem is, again, because we all use Pierce moves, that really doesn't matter for us. He's using Stagnant Air. He really wants to get in that Infuriate, huh? And it's a bit too late for that, sadly. And yes, Kanemata finishes the job. The dog. He has a dog. But yeah, Ken for MVP. That was it. We just beat him. We're now level 70. Hot damn. We're pretty close. No. Forget I said that. To max level, but max levels are a long way away. Sort of. Maybe. What level? But speaking of max, are we maxing Judgment right now? No. I think we're ranked 9 with Judgment, and when we reach the actual dead end of, the dead end of this block, we will surely be, maxing the Judgment, which will be awesome, and yeah, the bows, hilarious. And let's unequip that, go back to our Siegfried thing, because that 100 HP again. Oh no, we're going back to swords. I'm actually okay with that too, because honestly, I do like the swords. They just feel right on Minato. Like any other weapon, like in Persona 3 Portable, you can only use swords. That's actually something they got rid of. But honestly, it just seems right that Minato uses the sword. It's like his thing. I'm also feeling, I guess I was feeling like really overconfident because I didn't go back and save. Oh, I guess it was only one floor. But still, if I had died on that one floor, then I would have just wasted everything I just did that one battle, and that would have sucked because I got really, really lucky that battle. But yeah, Max and Judgment. I had to cough pretty badly. But now we can make Messiah, I think? Yes, Messiah, the Savior. Hot damn. He is a pretty high level. We can't really make him because he's an insanely high level. But that brings me to my next point. Now that we've reached the dead end, and now that we've, and because we have beaten death, you might notice, hey look, giant ominous door, just right here, in the open. It's there now and it wasn't there before. Looks really keen and interesting, doesn't it? I got so excited when I saw that. We're going to be replacing Ken and bringing back the maid squad. Definitely saving, because that was nice. Accepting some new requests once you gain access. Again, that door was an access to an optional dungeon, and we actually have now, access to this dungeon because we got to the very last part of Tartarus, the blockade. And because we beat death, we can actually go here. And it's very, very, very interesting. First and foremost, make sure you have every single type of element at your disposal. Because exploiting weaknesses is really, really, really important here. But this is the Monad Depths. The Monada. I can't help but say that. I've been playing a lot of Smash recently, which entails Shulk and Xenoblade Chronicles, a game I really should get back into playing because it was really fun, and I'm just not doing that. But yeah, so this is an optional dungeon. Let's see if Fuka can't scan them, and I can just make you see why this dungeon is particularly special. I think right now, she's going to be like, this is what, no, we're going to be doing an all-out attack. Well, that's fine. Again, make sure you have all the elements covered, because these guys, spoiler alert, they use Windbreak. That's the big spoiler. No, they're actually very, very strong. I think Fuka actually showed that already. They're, like, insanely strong. They're level 97 strong. So yeah, like 27 levels higher than we are. Almost wreck us. You have to treat every single common battle here like it's a mini-boss. Not necessarily. Again, having weaknesses at your disposal kind of wrecks them, as all enemies do, but just don't treat it lightly, because, again, they do a shit ton of damage, but the reward is absolutely worth it, because they give you so much EXP. Like, a lot, you'll see after this battle. What's really nice about the Monad Depths, well, besides, the whole reason I'm here is pretty much grinding, is that you don't actually really have to worry about progress in this place. The floors are much, much larger than normal floors, and there's only 10 floors in this dungeon, but like again, because they're larger, you'll probably, like, it's hard to just get to floor 2 alone, but it doesn't really matter because we don't really have any need to get to to floor 10, because all we're really the entire reason we're here is for levels, so like, because we can bail with Fuka anytime we want, really we can just fight to our heart's content on the first floor and then, you know, get our XP and then leave when we feel like it. And an XP boost, look at that! 27,000 experience! We leveled up instantly. We just leveled up last fight and we leveled up once from this fight. And of course, you know, the personas with growth are bound to level up. But yeah, I'm just going to show off a few fights here. As you might have noticed, everyone leveled up. After you fight a few battles, I'd recommend just getting out with Fuka and saving, because again, with how strong these guys are, death is, you know, just around the corner. Except, it's not death, it's probably someone stronger than death, because we made death our bitch just a few parts ago. But again, it'd be really in your favor to use a guide about their weaknesses, because having to wait for scan their weaknesses, you know, that might be too much time. Much more time than we probably have to be wasting, because one turn, again. I say this, but like, they're doing stupid shit like Mudon, so is it really that big of a deal? Like, they're way higher at, like, the levels of these enemies are much, much more, like, high than, you know, what we've been fighting, but they're pretty much the same. They just give a crap ton more EXP, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And of course they're weak to Hemon, so again, bring all the elements you possibly can. And just watch as everyone gets over leveled to all shit, because we just gained, again, shuffle time, try to get shuffle time, get the EXP boost to make these obscene, like, EXP growths even higher than they are. I just love this place. This is actually the first time I've actually been here, and this is amazing. We get double up, and usually when you do double ups, it's just personas, but we somehow were able to, this time I guess it's more EXP. I don't care if I freaking get the death. We made death our bitch, as I just said. We gained 2 levels from that fight. Almost 3. That's just the power of the Minato. They sound too similar. So does Minato and Minato, actually. I've been seeing a joke like that online a lot. But yeah, so, as you can see, this is the first time I've ever done this. The first, like, when I actually played this game for the first time, I actually had a lot of trouble on the final boss, but, now because of this grinding, I almost feel bad, because we're just going to be OP. That's the long and short of it. Like, we are getting much, like, more powerful than, like, you really even have to be in this game. I don't know why I'm using dark magic. None of them are even weak to dark magic, but I guess, you know, I'm just showing that that I'm totally, everything I've said was a lie, and you can just be as unstrategic as you want to be. Yeah, I really should be. I guess Yukari does the job for me, which is nice. Could have used Panther Ray, showed off our Norn. I'll probably do that right after this. I guess because we got the first one, we could afford to use a chance of insta-kill or something. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was looking at the wrong enemy. But it doesn't matter, because as the whole point, again, the whole reason we're here is just to become powerful, to gain all the power. It helps too. This really helps for the Let's Play a lot, because, you know, not doing horrible in the battles is always awesome. But more than that is that, to get all the personas, this level you need to be to get the strongest persona in this game is 91, and without this dungeon, that's just something that's not going to happen, ever. Because again, the first time I played this game, I grinded in that, like, you know, in that white place. I don't even remember the name, because it's just so, it just pales in comparison to the Menad depths. But, yeah, it took forever just to gain, like, you had to do maybe like 20 battles just to gain 1 level. Where here, like, you do 1 level, you do 1 battle and you gain like 2 levels. It's just, the difference is baffling. Of course, you know, maybe when we're at level 90, we'll have to do like 10 battles. Ooh, big whoop. Like, that doesn't matter. That's like how it should be normally. This is just, right now we're just reveling in how obscene this is. But yeah, I think I'm going to grind to at least level 91, so that way I can show off all the important personas in this playthrough, and then, you know, I'll have less stuff to do in the bonus parts. Because the end is near. I'm just thinking of this now. I had the plan of endgame stuff. That's going to be crazy. Oh my gosh. This 110 parts. I can get sentimental later when the playthrough is completely done. But, anywho's, in the next part, I will meet you back when I'm like level 90 crazy high. But until then, this has been skittflash. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Bye!